All right, welcome to the 77th IWAR. Well, I can't even do that right. Gold Strategy Workshop. I'll do bubbles. It'll be fun. No, it won't. No one cares. So this is the 77th edition. Uh, Guy with the cool beard is Mike Cook, and he's our IWA strategy guru. Sorry, my cat's like trying to climb the couch. Dude, come here. Oh, kitty attack.
Like I
Hold on.
said,
She's gonna tap. She hates being held. She's like the most unfriendly cat. Get out of here. I'm Matt Riley. I'm your host. That's Martini. Yeah, I know you suck at life. Um, so the workshop today should be a pretty good one, pretty easy. There's
mhm.
a lot of options to go through. We're gonna break them down. You want to zoom in a little closer, or is that got
Yeah,
big response last time because we were like, oh, I can't read it, which I was one of them. Look at that. Oh, look at this, so nice.
there you go. Feels weird. I don't, like I said, I usually
I'm a
keep
sim.
everything really small. I want it all on one page.
That's why I color
We can
code.
still read
Oh, I should mention that too. When you're doing Excel,
it.
building a spreadsheet, understand what all the formulas do. I misunderstood a formula. I thought it was doing a thing where, like, if you plugged in the formula here and I copied it to a new window, it would copy the same like location formula. But
Are
long
you
story,
saying you want it to locate this cell
kind of like I wanted to like have
or the same like general location? Like if you're going to put it here and then here,
kind of like
you
the
want it to match here and here.
picture like the value, right? So what I do a lot is I
Mhm.
break out like the picture of the bar across the way, and I have like holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, right? All the holds, right? So if I have hold 25 on wrestler one at number one, wrestler two has it at number two, number three, and I stagger it down. So that way it's kind of like, I don't know the same exact, this is more of a battle royal approach. So I don't think the guys would care about that unless you're Jake Duvall, trying to win battle royals
You're
and
talking
keep
about
Joe.
something like this, and
Yeah,
then when you copied it down, it shifted down.
right. And so what had happened was one of the old formulas I hadn't changed. I thought I did. So it rippled effect and caused Lucha, Spur, and someone else to get like Barry Stevens to get a sweet 477.
Hmm.
So that's the kind of strategy that won't get you a win over Joe Tusa.
Yeah.
So you gotta keep
See.
yourself sharp and ready.
No,
Um,
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't do that, and I got a 501 that won gold fed and women's US. So
that's the annual or the special segment, the Arn Anderson toot your own horn. I'll never forget when Arn Anderson did a promo where he's like, toot our own horn, but toot toot. That was the thing in high school for a while, tooting our own horn. That's right. Arn was cool living back in '87. um, yeah. So keeping in mind, let's go through this and bang out the show
mhm.
because I got to be up in 5.5 hours. Woo! All right, so
I
what
got
we do
six and a
tomorrow?
half. So
And I got a 5 energy for tomorrow morning.
okay, yeah, this will actually be a quick one. There's not a lot left when we do the simple stuff.
Well, where are all the options? What happened?
Yeah. So 2 cycles ago, get rid of 2928s.
I told you it was
Hurts a
close.
little bit because that had two of the 25s and it had the 225s from 2 cycles ago in it, but that's okay.
Right.
So get rid of that.
Slink.
We get rid of these four because they have whole 25 in them.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get rid of 2828. We talked about that in the chat earlier, but we've had three this year. Most years we only have three or four total. I'd be fine just risking them not doing another. If they do one, just miss one cycle, but better than making yourself miss multiple.
Right.
So we'll get rid of 2926 for the same reason. These two would be what's happened so far this cycle. Iron 2726 took out four options and still took out this one, even though we weren't going to use it anyway. It's typically what seems to happen early on.
Right.
And last cycle's gold was 2827. So that is 8 fronts, and that's it.
Woo.
Yeah.
That means lots of double holds to mess up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's pretty sweet. And do we want to talk about whether or not I believe the 25 went back down, so we'll be going away from it, or I
Honestly, I've just been ignoring it the past few cycles. I gave up when it got to these three. it's tricky because we never had this happen, but it did this yes no thing. So if you were playing the odds of what's happened over the years, I would put it as a yes. But I don't know. I'm a little more hesitant to just lock it in, but I'd give it like a 60-40 yes, which is
you heard it here first.
45-59. Let's see.
Blame Mike if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Who the heck is Mike Cook? The guy you blame. That's who he is.
Yeah.
All right.
13-time retired wrestler.
That's right. Are you, by the way, side note, are you planning to make that away send you that many plaques or to send you one plaque?
Just one. They sent me one, and then I get free matches every cycle.
There you go. That's nice.
Yeah, you can get the plaque or 20 free matches. So, and then I just use the 20 free matches to pump other records to keep the chain going.
We have to stop him. He must be stopped. They're gonna ban you from the WL. If you went there.
I'll be there.
I already did my UWL time, so but I am trying to maximize my chance to win championships, so it's in the works. All right, so our back end, how ugly is it?
All right. So we know we start out with 16 options there, but we have 44 is 90, so that takes us down to 8.
Right.
And we know that we place 90 right here. Unfortunately, that's kind of where it ends because we had similar to last cycle. So you started off with the 41, then a 42. That happened again this cycle. So basically, that puts us back in the position of it could go either way in gold. And if you look back, it's close to a 50-50. We've got lucky the last couple times where we just went with the safe route of 41.
Right.
And that hit. I think it's got a little more of a chance that could be a 42, but we'll just go with the same logic that your 41s are probably a little safer since you'll get a 42 or a 43 most of the time.
Right.
If you go with the 42s, I think that's where the 44 will be, but you're going to get a 41 most likely as well. So that's kind of where that's at. Okay. I do think I would rather just try to pick between those two. Just go all in on one of the two.
Yeah.
To cut down to 4 backs.
Right.
And that would allow you to get more fronts because there's not many fronts up here, but I see a possibility of it being any of them. So, yeah, this could be all the 41s or all the 42s.
Okay, that's easy. And then again, that's if you're going to do it, pick one or the other and ride it out.
And then here, this will be 65 or was it 63? Let's look at that real quick. I don't think you can really say one over the other there either. It's a pretty good mix. So,
yeah.
We've not been having a ton where both of the ones go. There's the 2 here in a row, 2 here. So then if you go back, we used to have a lot of
olden days when it was easy peasy. Yeah. Set it and forget it.
So what I think I'd do, you have 90 here. Probably play a mix of both of these. Pick between 41 or 42 and have those 4 as options. And then this is the cycle where your 45 is trying to get the point flow rut.
Mm-hmm.
Could go either way. Because of how it's staggered the last few, and we were coming off the 4 here, I'm probably just going to keep it as the 1-2,
Yeah.
which would be 83-62. But it could go either way there, and unfortunately, it's going to be one of those cycles where a lot of people do hit well, but the flow is not going to be as great as you
Right.
typically would see. But
Sorry, folks.
that's the way it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, coming. And congrats to all of our state championship winners.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of them.
I was telling Mike before the show that I'm really behind schedule because of my other writing projects taking a lot of time up recently. And one of the things I've been doing a lot of last minute cover, and I was like, oh wait, the state wrestling, I just throw all the state wrestling people on the cover. So I'll be trying to do that, make it relevant. Um, yeah. So those of you thinking, oh man, if I hit big, um, keep in mind you can have good high scores sometimes and blank in the report. It happens
Mm-hmm.
every
A
cycle.
lot. Yeah, a lot.
And I often get asked people like they kind of like talk bitterly about flooding or big rosters, and I'll say the same thing I say to everyone. You know why people do it? It works. And I
Yeah.
mean, granted, it's like there are guys that play with one wrestler, like Hawaiian Neil has Hawaiian Heartthrob, or Mike and Tony have like 8 and 26 and Punk Rock Mike. Like you get one strat, you have a very small margin for error. Look at the BWL. Even though you can have like a lower strat and almost make the title page, like someone like Huntress, which is Rob's wrestler, is almost always on the title page. So it's not always as easy as it looks when you have one strat to work with. So keeping that in
Well,
mind.
then
Hmm?
a couple cycles ago, I had a really nice 501 TV in the BWL. Didn't win with it. Get to this cycle, the 499, and I win US with it. Yeah, you never know.
Right. It's better be lucky than good. No, it just you keep chipping away, and I tell you all the time, like if you get good strats and you start figuring out what you're doing, over time you're gonna like better results. And I was talking in our SOS chat, we were talking about what we spend. Maybe it was the big chat. I think it was the SOS chat, and how much we spend per cycle. And these workshops and Mike's advice and just following and like kind of using that mindset of like picking a certain way, I've done way better than I've ever done before in the last couple of years. I have as many 501s this year, and we're at the halfway mark or a little over halfway mark, um, than I've had in the last 2 years combined. So, it's just keep at it. You're gonna get a high score and you know, get the right titles, keep challenging for titles, keep challenging and going out there and being in the battle royal. Because you never know if you're gonna have the right combo to win the King of the Ring, like Jake Duvall will
Yep.
someday.
He's never going to.
I just want to see like the image of him like he's won it like Joe Tusa sneaks up in the bottom of the ring and throws him over the top rope. No, Joe Tusa eliminated him. Big Joe Tusa fan. Joe Tusa, if you're watching this, enter the draft. Just saying. So, what else we got going on? Is that pretty much everything, or?
That's pretty much it. Yeah, it's the three combinations up here. You see, it was the. Do I have that rep 4, 5, and 6 ago? Or is
Mm-hmm.
it 5? It is a
Uh,
4, 5, and 6, or do I have that up one off? I don't know
seven,
if I. Yeah.
seven, 5, and 6.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
It didn't feel updated to me.
But
So,
even so,
yeah.
I mean,
So it's basically the same range of likelihood between the three.
right.
All three were used last cycle, so yeah, it could be any of these. So
Yeah.
yeah, just pick one there. Make the 1 to 2 decisions right here. Have a couple of backs. I would definitely try to focus on one of these and more backs, though.
Right.
That's the way I always like to do it. Like I have 12 wrestlers, so I'll probably go with 3 fronts and 4 backs. Do my 12.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All
So,
right.
yeah,
Well,
that's it.
all right, folks. There you have it. All right. Shotgun wedding episode. Don't forget to get your stuff in by Monday morning around noon. Help with that way, get their stuff going, and they got it out pretty quick last time.
Mhm.
Um,
Before one, I think, right? Yeah.
yeah, my days off are shifting in about a month or so, so I'm going from Tuesdays off to Wednesdays off eventually. So this Tuesday I'll be off, so I'll be able to get once I get these strats out of the way, I'll fire them over everybody else. Um, yeah, so just be active, and this is the first cycle coming up. This is July cycle, right? I'm sorry, next cycle.
This is summer.
This is
Yeah.
summer. Next cycle is the start of the WL. So if you're going to join the WL, you still have time, but you don't have to send your matches in just yet. So,
You don't even have to send matches the first cycle. They'll
oh,
sign one scrub and give you the battle royal just for entering. So you'll
oh,
want to send strats next cycle, but you don't have to send matches, but you can if you want.
I remember that
And
when I did it
yeah.
last year, that someone like sent like a bunch of 20 scrub matches. Like,
Mhm.
okay. Um, I do want to mention that the CWL has the 10 free match bonus for having the highest average strategy for matches this cycle. And as out of a report just stated, it'll be next cycle too. So don't forget to take those 10 free matches in the CWL. All right. So anything else you want to add, or we're gonna get out of here?
I think that's it. Nice and quick.
All right, folks. Have a good weekend and send in those promos and be active and all that jazz. All right. Thanks,
All
Mike.
right. See you.
Bye. All right. Have a good weekend, everybody. Stay cool.